Hello, I'm the official name rater. My job is to look through the first page of Google, review the nicknames provided by the internet, and then give my recommendations at the end. As you can already see, all of these links have been clicked, and they even have a date underneath them. That's because I actually tried recording this before, but it didn't quite work out, because once I was done with the video and looking at it, there was zero audio. So as a result, I have no choice but to re-record it. I could have kept the video, but it still wouldn't have made any difference because I would have had to re-record the lines anyway, so I might as well just go explore through all the bullshit anyway, because it would just make my life a lot easier. So today we're looking at the Seel and Dewgong line. Now, Coldplay is my number one choice. That one I think is the best one I've seen out of all of them, and like it fits and it works well. I like it as a reference to the band. The only thing is, I'm not a fan of Coldplay. I don't have anything negative to say about them, I'm just not a Coldplay fan. So that's the one thing that's holding me back from really using this nickname, but other words, I'd be all about it. I remember Mountain Dewgong standing out just for being something kind of stupid and whatever, so it's not bad. It's there. Not crazy about it, but I mean, it's there if you like horrible beverages. Alright, so I remember this one. I remember thinking to myself, there's got to be some sort of way you could make a Club Seel joke and make it work, and I didn't come up with one, but the description was pretty good. I like the description. So if you have dark humor and you want to do that, that's an option, because that was something I've thought about before. I just never had any good ideas. I remember Neptune and Poseidon being ones I acknowledged. I think Neptune honestly just sounds better, but these work because water gods and blue, so there's that. And I remember this comment being basically crap, except for like Elsa, which is like still crap, but it's like a 0.1 out of 10 opposed to a 0 out of 10. So that's one where it's like, if you're a fan of Frozen obsessively after all these years, there's that, but you know, you're just gonna have to kind of ignore the gender thing. Glacial I think is better, because at least there's a joke in that. Glacial, not as good, not good. Aurora is one that I see a lot. It's dumb. Aurora used Aurora Beam, Aurora used Aurora Veil. It's just stupid. And then Gong Gong is one I've been seeing a few times, and I don't understand why it's a thing unless it's meant to mock the anime. Yes, we get it. Dewgong sounds fucking annoying, so does Seel, but that's still just a shit idea for a name. For whatever reason, this isn't bolded, but Snow White is actually halfway decent. It does sound pretty awesome. Now, I remember this tripping me up because I misread it and I thought it said Klondike bar. So as a result, I wrote down Klondike because I kind of just like the idea of that. But the thing with Klondike is I think that's probably going to work better for something like Baratic. But I still think Klondike is a interesting name for any sort of ice-type Pokemon. Now, I remember this one being good as well because I like this. What word summarizes cold, refreshing, crystal clear water? Dasani. At least that's what the bottle told me. I liked that because I just thought that was a really funny response, and also just the idea of Dasani being a name for any sort of water-type Pokemon I think is interesting as well. I think that was the only thing on this page. Yes, I still am rereading through things, but we're kind of going at a little bit quicker pace just to get the BS out the way. Now, I technically don't really have a way to prove this because, again, all of the links were already clicked before we started, but we have reached the bottom. These two were easy because I could just Control F it. I didn't need to reread through them again because I already know what they are. But that's it. That's the bottom. And before we finish off, the spreadsheet, which as I recall, there's not really anything interesting to me, in my opinion. I also Cannon, Fire Red. Was there a Seel? Oh, I do remember a Seel trade, that's right. I forgot all about Sealor. So I guess Sailor was his name before. I forgot all about that. Man, do you know how long it's been since I've played Fire Red start to finish? Probably about 4 or 5 years. It's been a while. But regardless, that's it. I don't really care for them. The ones that I had written down and I recall, I really liked Dasani. Klondike was a happy accident that I'm grateful I thought up by accident. I still think that's a good name. You don't have to do it for Baratic, but I think it's going to fit Baratic better than anybody else. And then Coldplay is just the number one. And, like, I'm totally fine with the idea of using it, but if you can provide me a better nickname for Seel that isn't Coldplay, I'll probably switch it, because it'll be like, okay, cool, now people aren't going to ask me what my favorite Coldplay song is, and I can say, I don't have one. So, that's basically it. In other words, that's it. Provide your own ideas and suggestions in the comments below. Vote up the ones that you like and think are good, and yeah, that's that.